Earlier this month, China raised tariffs or taxes on 128 different U.S. products shipped to China, including raisins, walnuts, fresh strawberries, pork, and stainless steel pipes. And they are threatening even more tariffs on more U.S. goods. This came in response to President Trump hitting China with his own tariffs on steel and aluminum made in China. So far, Lobster has not been affected by this trade war, but that could quickly change. And that shows how precarious the financial life of a commercial fisherman can be, and how quickly they could be back in trouble.
When you get it in your blood, it's like anything else. If you love it, if it's football or whatever it is, you love it, you want to do it, and that's the way it is with us.
That was Billy Niles, a third-generation commercial fisherman who I first met in Key West in 2009.
It's something we love, and it hurts us when somebody's trying to take it from us. And it's hard. It gets harder by the day.
Today, Billy and his son George feel more financially secure than they have in a long time.
Chinese coming in and stuff, the prices got better. Way back then we getting $3, $3.25, and now we're getting $14 to $20. You know, it depends on the time of year.
There's a future in lobstering now. You know, you can make a good living now fishing.
Before the Chinese came in, lobster fishermen often complained that the local distributors were setting the prices artificially low.
Back then, the dealers more or less controlled the price and stuff, and now it's a little harder for them to do that because of the Chinese.
Local lobster buyers like Manuel Priegas bristle at the suggestion there was collusion among the local buyers to hurt fishermen by keeping the lobster prices low.
This whole thing of, talking to each other to set the price is greatly exaggerated by the fishermen, to be perfectly honest with you. When the Chinese came, absolutely, there was much more competition. Now you had a whole set of different companies that were in the market and buying lobsters, and they paid exorbitant prices back then.
$22, $24 a pound.
And guess what? Now they're not paying $22 and $24 a pound. Now they're paying $8 and $10 and $12 a pound.
You think the Chinese work together a little bit on the setting the price?
Look, I think that when they think they can make money, they'll do the same thing that we did. They'll raise the price. They'll raise the price. When things are bad and there's no money to be made, they're going to be friendlier to each other, so to speak, as anybody would do in this kind of business.
Priegas and others warn that there are no guarantees the Chinese market will remain. After hitting a high of nearly 4 million pounds in 2013, the numbers have dropped in recent years and only started to pick up again in 2017. The reason for the drop? A slowdown in the Chinese economy and the devaluation of the Hong Kong dollar. In the past, the only channel lobster fishermen would check in the morning was the Weather Channel. Now they are tuning into CNBC and other business networks.
I never dreamed that we'd be out there in the boat monitoring what the Chinese stock market did last night. It's just unbelievable to me that that's what this fishery has come to. But that sure is what it has come to.
And then there is the Trump factor. As a candidate, Trump regularly blasted China, accusing its leaders of taking advantage of the United States.
We can't continue to allow China to rape our country, and that's what they're doing. It's the greatest theft in the history of the world.
Now, as president, he's beginning to act, recently placing a 25% tariff on steel and a 10% tariff on aluminum imported from China and several other countries.
And we're going to be instituting tariffs.
It is seen as the first of what could be a series of shots at China. He even tweeted, "Trade wars are good and easy to win." Are you worried about a possible trade war between the U.S. and China?
Yes, we are.
What would the effect of that be?
China is still a communist country. You don't know. They could say, one day they could say no import, no U.S. product. Anything could happen.
And if that were to happen, the lobstermen of the Florida Keys would find themselves adrift once again, struggling to survive and facing an uncertain future.
Really, it's not too much more to say. Just everything's so much better now.